in my 15 years of being on the state level, I have to admit that there have been some trials and tribulations with the Miss America organization that left me like, huh, what the hell? This is the Pageantry of Life, and I'm Chaz Ellis. And I don't often talk about pageantry, but I know that there's part of everyone watching this that wants maybe a little tea on my surroundings and my experiences in the Miss America world. So I'm not going to say anything defamatory about Miss America because I absolutely love this organization. So don't get it twisted, but I'm going to tell you some tea, honey. I can remember being 5 years old the first time I ever went to the Miss Southern 500 pageant with my best friend, Karen Gardner. It was the beginning of me loving pageantry. And I think it was like the glamour, the gowns, the talent, the production numbers. And I feel confident as the president and the executive director of Miss South Carolina is that we are still cultivating incredible women in the great state of South Carolina. And we have a phenomenal production. But in my 15 years of being on the state level, I have to admit that there have been some trials and tribulations with the Miss America organization that left me like, huh, what the hell? The first part was my dear friend Ashley, becomes the licensee for the Miss South Carolina program, and I'm a part of his staff, and we go to Miss America. And I mean, it's great. The first time and under his leadership, we went to Las Vegas. It was still being held in Las Vegas. It was the Haskell, Sam Haskell was the CEO. It was amazing. But as time went by and life happens, and there were some things that were leaked and divulged that Sam Haskell had said about a Miss America, very derogatory. And for that, he definitely should have been pushed out of that role, and I 100% support him being let go. But what was interesting is the new regime that comes in, and it's like you think of these women who have competed, and they're fabulous. But it was the glamour, it was beauty, it was raw, just girls putting everything they had into who they were and what they were. But let's fast forward to 2010, 11, 12. It's still great. Pageantry is alive in the South, but it's definitely still making its headway in the world and the media. But then you fast forward to the 2017. Miss America had gone through a rebranding with its new leadership of the Miss America 2.0. You're like, what the hell is 2.0? I mean, the crown looked like, and I'm just being candid because I've said this to anybody, it looked like somebody had taken a wire hanger and just like pulled it down, and it looked like a homemade crown. And it was like, that girls were not judged on beauty. And I don't know a damn person in this world that doesn't look. I own a salon, I've owned a spa. People, are getting Botox and facials, and in record numbers this year. Men are going to Turkey when their hair is recessing. I'm thinking about when I'm going to do it. I'm going to South Korea for my 40th birthday. And if you don't think I'm going to get some of them serums over there, people like to look good. People are still looking. Hoda Kotb leaves the Today Show. Let's be realistic here. They didn't just hire anybody to take her place. They hired a good-looking man, Craig Melvin, to take her place. And you can't say don't judge the people on their looks. We as a society, if your daughter comes downstairs or your son and they look raggedy and you take pride in your family, you say, take your ass back upstairs and put on something that looks a little bit better. It is okay to be beautiful. It is not anti-feminist to be beautiful. You're beautiful. Miss America has crowned 100 and something beautiful girls. Now, your perception of what the top 5 is, like we always say in the world of pageantry, different panel of judges, different day, could be a different winner. But I digress to say that women can be beautiful. Women are beautiful, and we should continue to praise that. But for a number of years, that was not the case. It was like, is she the most talented? She's got to have a job interview. Yeah, all the things that we had been doing, we were just changing the names and trying to make it a little different. We were making talent 40% or 50%, you know, you know, but we couldn't judge the girl in an evening gown. It should be a red carpet. It was just all these different things. And it was like, in my mind, I was still 100% on board, still giving money. The state of South Carolina continued to sponsor and support, but it was like we were just on this deep slope. I mean, you're like, what the hell is going on here? Swimsuits gone. People involved in pageantry, I always say, why do we apologize for what you're doing well? Why do you apologize? Well, then there was change of leadership, the infamous, Gretchen Carlson. And I think she landed that role as chairman because of her place in society. But truly, the Miss America organization was tanking and continued to tank. And then, she left, and then there was Regina, and then there was Chantel. But people in states fought for the organization. We were not silenced. And it was like that 5-year regime, it was like, you either do what we say or you're silenced. And I can remember being called several times for financial resources or help. And my constituents in other states were very generous too. Were very generous too. And all we knew is that we wanted to give the girls, our state programs were so strong. It was Miss America was not strong. And Miss America was having these issues, and Miss America was not relevant, and all these things. But the interesting part was our states were doing so well, and still to this day are doing so well. But Miss America wasn't doing well. And I remember, putting pressure on this leadership and pressure on, and I remember standing up in a meeting, in a state licensing meeting, and I said, where is the president of this organization? We have questions. And I was told she is with sponsors. Well, we had moved Miss America from a beautiful stage to what I would tell you was not even a convention hall. It was like this big room. It was the glamour, the staging, the seating was just not. And I said, but the biggest sponsor here is us as the states, and she should be president here. And I addressed her with some very, factual things, like the fact that she didn't like, states communicating with some of her people. She had me followed one night and called me at 12:30 to say, hey, why were you talking to this person? Well, the same damn reason anybody talks to anybody. What was once upon a time a huge organization had dwindled down to we had to work together. We had to navigate this together. And it was like, don't take that away from us, And I remember a newer state organization said, this isn't the time or place. But what I knew was if I didn't do it then, I probably was going to be on the chopping block because I was going against the grain. But you know what? In all of that, the greatest blessing was there was a woman walking that was around that people were talking about, Robin Fleming. And, I think I always believe that what you disseminate, your image, and what you give is what you get. And I remember a beautiful outfit, black outfit, fur kind of, she had this fur handle on this bag. Walking down this hallway, I was introduced to her and understood that she was interested in buying Miss America. Needless to say, the next week, it was sold to her. And what she has done and been able to accomplish has made it that women can be beautiful. Miss America is back. I mean, Miss America is celebrated. The femininity we have, regardless if it's a swimsuit or not, how many memberships and how many hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars do women spend to be physically fit? Why not? Why not praise that? Why not just like celebrate that? And it's celebrated again. Beautiful gowns and what those gowns say about the girl. You're not judging the gown, you're judging the girl in the gown. And what does that say about her? That is being celebrated because we have given new life to this organization. And I give 100% of that to someone who went against the grain, was like, Robin was like, we're going to do this and we're going to celebrate these things. But people are finding the glamour is bringing contestants back to the stage, which is bringing more people involved in Miss America, because at the end of the day, we're a 100+ year organization that is doing great things and continue to empower women to know that they are capable, that they have this world as their oyster, and that they can make it happen. And the great fortune I have is that I work with these girls in South Carolina and been able to serve on committees under the Miss America organization. And I just love that a woman leads this organization and praises women for being women and says, hey, we're judging a competition. I believe that competition is healthy. I stand here or sit here. I'm not the best podcast probably, but if I give up and I don't can put myself in the arena, then I'll never know if I am good at what I'm doing or I'm not good at what I'm doing. So that's kind of my why stop there. Like, why would I stop if I know that I believe in competition? Should it be men or women? I believe in competition and I believe in playing the game. Some of us win, some of us don't. But as long as we know that we put our best foot forward and we were able to be in the arena that we chose to be in. I went against the grain when it came to Chantel because I believed in this program and I believed in what the possibilities were. I have to commend Robin for going against the established grain and kind of pulling back those things and saying, it's okay to celebrate women's success. It's okay to celebrate the femininity of women and where they are and what they're accomplishing. And I love the way that we are scoring, because we are scoring to get the most well-rounded girl. And I know that it's a level playing field. You can't say that, it's about being the most talented. It's not about being the smartest. It's not being the most physically fit. It's not about having the most beautiful gown. It is about the girl that is most well-rounded. And I think that that's what that we're able to celebrate now. And as we embark into the pageant season for 2025 and Miss South Carolina 2025, that's kind of the thing that we're going for is lights, camera, action. Let's empower people. Let's have the glam. Let's encourage people to have their purpose and love it. I've introduced myself multiple times in talking about that I've been in the world of pageantry for nearly 3 decades. So it gives me great pleasure to talk about something that I am so very passionate about. And I look forward to the next conversation that we have. And we'll always have a little bit of pageantry in our life.